Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So it's no longer news and it's been going around on social media that the final verdict has been given and the case of Ijesha has been closed, except he wants to appeal in the court of appeal to get the justice he thinks he deserved. Well, Ijesha has bagged 16 years of jail term as he was found guilty of 4 count charges out of 6 count charges. He was found guilty for all of the 6 count charges. It's probably going to be bagging more jail terms than the 16 years he was given. Preceding judge over the matter was Justice Fabiyi Iyabo of Lagos State Domestic Violence and Sexual Offence Court Ijesha. On Thursday, sentenced the actor Yomi aka Ijesha to 16 years imprisonment for defilement. The judge sentenced him after he was found guilty of 4 out of 6 count charge brought against him by the Lagos State government. According to the Punch News, Ijesha was arraigned on 6 counts of child defilement, 1 indecent treatment of a child, 2 sexual assault, 3 attempted sexual assault by penetration, 4 and sexual assault by penetration, 5. He pleaded not guilty for the charges. However, CCTV detailing his relationship with the victim said to be a minor was played in court. While delivering judgment, Justice Taiwo said the prosecution failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the defendant was guilty of all the charges. That is, those prosecuting Ijesha, after all the evidences provided, still doesn't prove that he is guilty of all 6 charges that he was arraigned in court for. But he was guilty of 4 out of it. Ijesha was exonerated of 2 out of the charges, which is sexual assault by penetrating with his car keys, which reportedly happened 7 years ago. Yes, it was reported that when the child was 7 years of age, Ijesha had molested this girl and defiled her with his car key. And the second charges which he was exonerated of is that an attempted sexual assault by penetration, which reportedly happened during another encounter in April 2021 when Ijesha was caught on closed circuit television CCTV where he was harassing and touching the child. Had charged him for attempting to sexually harass and molest the child, which, after providing all evidences by the prosecutors from Lagos State and from the side of Princess, none of it shows and proves that Ijesha tried to sexually assault and penetrate video. Then the court, however, found him guilty and convicted him of indecent treatment of a child and sexual assault of a minor between 2013 and 2014. The judge held that the prosecution successfully proved counts 2 and 3 that he indecently placed the survivor on his lap and rubbed his private parts on her body. He was also found guilty of counts 4 and 5, where he was accused of indecently touching the minors and sexually assaulting her by rubbing her body and sucking her fingers. Recalling that in the video that had gone viral after Ijesha was caught, he was seen sucking the finger of the young girl. The whole evidence was staged, in my opinion, but nevertheless, if Ijesha is naturally not a child molester, he would never have fallen for such. The court held that the convict confessed that he molested the child in 2021, that Ijesha himself spoke and said that yes, I molested it. But then his lawyer said he only said those things because he was promised by the officer on duty that day that he would be released if he agrees and admits that he did what he did. Well, this was what the judge said. The judge said the court can convict a person based on his confession. The defendant was consistent in his admission in the 2 videos. The pain of the first prosecution witness, Damlola Princess, was real. The victim was scared, and we see the fear in her eyes while she was giving her evidence before the court. She was compelled to make her evidence. The argument of the defense that the prosecution failed to state the exact age of the survivor cannot stand, as the law states that anyone under the age of 18 years is regarded as a child. The defendant may not have thought of having sex with the survivor on that day, but he arose her by sucking her fingers and rubbing her body. I hereby find the defendant guilty of count 2 to 5 and is discharged of counts 1 and 6, she added. This was what the judge said. This was the verdict given by the judge. The court reviewed the testimony of the medical expert, 2 witnesses, a forensic analysis, a child expert, and a medical doctor that there was blunt penetration of the vagina, but said they could not ascertain the time. One of the counsel, that is the lawyer of the defendant, Fabiyi Iyabo, judged and pleaded with the court that Fabiyi Iyabo has passed through of pains while he was detained at State Criminal Investigation Department, Yaba, and the Kirikiri Custodial Center, adding that he was already remorseful. That is, Fabiyi Iyabo is remorseful after realizing the things that he has done. The counsel said, in his words, the defendant is an actor by profession who has impacted lives positively in the course of his career, and as aged parent, wife, and a son to look after, is now a changed person and will not go back to his mistakes. We urge your lordship to be merciful to the defendant with the least penalty. The judge responded by saying, this is very sad. The behavior of the defendant is appalling. The case shows the length people can go in exhibiting the animalistic urge in them in abusing the position of friendship. The defendant took his act too far. Children are frequently preyed on because of their inability to defend themselves. The defendant is hereby sentenced to 5 years imprisonment on count 2, 3 years on count 3, 5 years on count 4, and 3 years on count 5. The sentence is to run concurrently, starting from the day he was convicted. Was the verdict given by the judge and summed up to 16 years altogether. After the whole thing, Fabiyi Iyabo went down and broke down in tears, weeping and saying he did not commit the offense. In fact, when he was leaving the court, he almost collapsed on the staircase. He was, however, surrounded by his colleagues in the movie industry who consoled him. One of his friends, Yomi Fabiyi, said the convict had the right to appeal the judgment. Yomi Fabiyi's words, he said, the person being accused and convicted still has an ample opportunity to challenge the ruling of this court to prove his innocence until he has exhausted all his limits. This was Yomi Fabiyi saying this after the verdict was given. And on the other hand, Princess, the mother of the child, ahead to thank God for the victory, singing the song and rejoicing, saying, rejoice with me, my disgrace has turned to celebration despite the shame I have been made to go through. Of course, Iyabo, on the other hand, also sang the song of victory, saying the victory is for all the girl, child, and boy being abused. Never be afraid to speak up and speak out. This were their reactions. And of course, the child has gotten the justice she deserves, and we hope this serves as a lesson to all offenders and child molesters out there. And guys, there you have it. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye.